So much for the opportunity and very good afternoon to all, everyone. This is Nispi from Sarvodaya in Sri Lanka. Social solidarity economy is my presentation topic. Sri Lanka is a wonderful island having around 22 million populations with multicultural, multi-religion populations. Economy wise, we are dependent on more service-oriented economy environment we had. Sarvodaya is Sarva Udaya. It's awakening all. That's the meaning of Sanskrit word, founded in 1958. Now, currently, as Dr. mentioned, is largest community-based organization network in Sri Lanka, which is having offices all over the island in all the administrative districts, having around 400 permanent staff and also 1,500 part-time staff, a volunteer basis, a little bit around reaching around 100,000. So the vision of Sarvodaya, Chandra, you have to go for the fourth slide. Other one. Yeah, there you are. So with the vision, new social order, and also society with no poverty and no affluence. That's the major vision of Sarvodaya. And the motto is we build the road and the road will build us. That's the motto of Sarvodaya. If you take SDG, Sarvodaya is working all the 7 SDG goals through its project, all the project implementation and also all the activities. So we are targeting and aligning all the, earlier it was Millennium Development Goal, now we are aligning all our strategic planning and strategic moves towards to adhere 17 strategic SDG goals. So our basically the main pillars is to Sarvodaya's activities. Next slide, please. Is the village development, Sarvodaya village development, to create a self-sustained, self-ruling villages by 5 stages. You can see the presentation. So empowering social empowerment, technical empowerment, economic empowerment, and also the political empowerment. So Sarvodaya, all activities and the strategic moves towards to empower these 4 pillars of the villages to bring them as self-ruling villages. So next slide, we started as I said, we started in 1958. By 2010, we reached around 15,000 villages, which is half of the island. Around 34,000 villages are there in Sri Lanka. So we reached around 15,000 villages in 2010 to implement what I said earlier stages. So next slide. To strengthen Sarvodaya activities in the field level, Sarvodaya having, Chandra? Sarvodaya having its own 9 independent units, which are focusing or targeting in different sectors and different areas, different social orders, to bring all together, to bring that as Sarvodaya focusing self-village, what we are calling Gram Swaraj, self-sustained villages. So those are 9 units of Sarvodaya, independent units working to strengthen the Sarvodaya general goal. Next slide. So the competitive relative advantages what Sarvodaya having, as I mentioned, is 61 years experience, reaching all over the island with a good will, and also the political. It's not a political movement; it's politically neutral people's organization. Also extended outreach to marginalized populations, decentralized decision-making structures Sarvodaya having inside, and also respecting the diversity and multilingual staff Sarvodaya having. Also a holistic approach to the development and the volunteer resource pools Sarvodaya having. Next slide. So as I mentioned, our different independent units are focusing on that. In that, I have picked 2 units like Sarvodaya Enterprise Development, which is having around 1 billion Sri Lankan rupees loan portfolio, targeted and implementing a lot of interventions to strengthen the local entrepreneurs and societies who are the backbone of the village economy. So Sarvodaya is targeting those kind of village societies and also the entrepreneurs, small and medium businesses, and support them while giving a self-help credit and also the services, also providing some kind of a loan to them in a minimal what do you call in the interest rate. And next slide, another units of Sarvodaya, which is really focusing on the women's related empowerment. So they are not only the empowerment related things that we are promoting them through that unit, like political partnership, participation, micro enterprises, domestic violence, gender-based related issues, rights, gender-based violence, gender-based rights, and whatever the shortcome falls to them, and the supporting services we are providing through Sarvodaya Women's Movement, and economic related intervention also done by Sarvodaya Women's Movement. And next slide, this is just a general activities what they're doing, vocational training targeting different population and sectors, and also especially targeting youth, providing them all over the island, selecting them in the different vocational trainings, and provide them in-house, and also complete training them on selected vocational skills. Especially we have our next slide. So especially we have our training centers targeting in North and Eastern provinces, which is having a very huge infrastructure and also the available resources there to train youth, in-house training, provide in-house training them, and also we are providing them valuable accepted certificates by the Sri Lankan government. And next slide, please. Chandra. I'm sorry, because due to my internet interruption, I couldn't. So next slide, I am having a community capacity building slides, because we are targeting all the community-based organization in the village-wise. So we are strengthening them their activities to strengthen the village-level activities what they are carrying out. So we are giving them the formation of how they have all kind of a legal support, and also some kind of a training and a skill, and also we are providing them some additional training to them where towards their sustainability and also the financial management. So that's all the general things what I wanted to mention here, and I'm straight away going for my case study, which is next slide, Chandra. Straight away I'm going for the case study what I wanted to share with you all today. It's Sarvodaya project, which I'm implementing all over the island, targeting the youth and also the women related activities, where we are targeting, you know, because youth are the main component of the income and economic. So we are training them towards to support the self-sustained villages or areas of the selected villages. So what we are providing them is giving them training. So far we have established around 100 small and micro and small and enterprises, and also we through them 300 plus employment opportunities also created with this Sarvodaya enterprise entrepreneurship development project. Next slide, please. So the process is planning and also the feasible situation analysis and implementation. So what we are giving knowledge and skill to them, also kind of a seed capacity, which is low interest loan with the grant, and also mentoring them and follow upping them. So that is a process, you know, what we are not just giving the grant to them, or we are just selecting the beneficiaries. What we are doing with the support of our district coordinators, the district officers, we are selecting the enthusiastic youth who are really involving in what they are wanted to do, and they are, if they have really wishes or desire to become a entrepreneur, we are selecting them and giving this kind of a training and also the supporting services to them. So next slide, please. So wide variety of trainings we have given. These all are not newly formed entrepreneurs. They what we support them who are really having their already established entrepreneurs. but need some support or need some guidance. That category is also there 95%, and newly formed entrepreneurs also there in this category. So you can see a wide variety of things. They are not only targeting only one component. This is different or multicultural social entrepreneurship environment we are creating in the village by providing them this guidance and also the support that I mentioned. So next slide, please. Not only we are providing this kind of a guidance and everything, we are creating a stage. Next slide, please. We are creating a stage to them to market their product, or to exhibit their product, to ideas in a national level, like Sarvodaya arranging or exhibitions to them to market their product and exhibit their product. Chandra, you could go the next slide. So so the exhibition is on and off. We are doing once the complete training process is over. Sarvodaya, Chandra, you should go to the next slide. Hello. Hope everyone is listening, hearing me.
Yes.
Chandra, should next slide, please. I'm sorry, I'm disturbing you. I'm giving it.
Chandra, move to the next slide, please, Chandra.
So the exhibition is like that. We are bringing all the stuff from the district, and they are exhibit their product in a national arranged evening exhibition place. With that, not only we are providing exhibition or try to with that we are linking them the entrepreneurship with the multi businessmen, and also the where they can market. It's kind of a market linkages, and also providing a network to them where they can market their product, and also creating a new linkages to them to create a new ideas, and also the technologically improvement. So that once the training is finished, what we'll do, we are giving, it's a kind of a I think this last slide. So we are providing all the linkages to them, so to enhance their linkages with other similar relevant established organization where they have already established that. So that linkage is there, and it will create the market to them to market their product. So Tarnodia project is there's so many things to share, but with the limitations, time limitation, I presented only few things, and also the challenges in the way forward. Now, whatever the wonderful thing we talk about, there's difficulties and problems in getting the donor funding projects and donor funding. So there's a phasing out of donor there, and also volunteerism. Now the behavioral changes are there, and the complex society behaviors are changing now. So the volunteerism is questioning in future, and also the lack of communication, collaboration among different stakeholders, and also the different organizations having a problem. Now the new challenge has come, like COVID-19 outbreak, and also we can't say immediately there will be a post-COVID-19 era. So there will be a lot of problems we may face as a community social organization, where we are mostly rely on the donor funded and donor initiated implementation. So that may change the nature and also the activities of Sarvodaya in future. So we are facing that. We are thinking about that. Our strategy is changing. Some kind of so now next month currently we are expecting another flood situation, though. So disaster is coming, pandemic situation is coming. So like us, social, like our kind of a community-based organization, how we can fulfill the requirement of the needy people and the vulnerable people is the questioning, because without the support, fulfilling all the requirement is really a questionable thing, and resources are limited. Government also doing the component, what they can do or what they could do. But the problem is the requirements are they are very high, and the needs are very high. So fulfilling the requirement is the question. So that's end of my presentation. Thank you so much for this opportunity, but I'm really open to answer for you all of your questions. Thank you so much, and sorry for the interruption due to the technical fault.
Thank you very much, Nisvi. I know Sarvodaya is a very large organization, and so you have tried your best to condense it